I'm afraid I really messed up. And so I posted a video a while ago about a watercolor paper that had superpowers. And I was recently painting this painting on that paper, and it did not have the superpower at all. It really messed me up, in fact. And I was hoping to be able to enter this painting into some watercolor competitions. And I don't think I'm going to be able to because there's a fatal flaw in this painting, which I will share later in this footage about what the fatal flaw is. And so I was worried that, you guys would take my advice to try this paper and find that it didn't work for you because it didn't work for me. And it really messed me up. And I love this painting so much. I still love it. And suffice it to say, I'm painting it over again on another paper that I'll talk about all that later in this video. But I was just really worried that you guys would take my advice and then you would get messed up and then you'd be like, well, screw that. And I was really worried that it would mess you up. So in today's video, I'm going to share what I think the problem is, what I think the solution is, and also as a mea culpa, let me give you a little watercolor gift. I'm going to include a little gift, a technique that I use in almost every painting that you can use no matter what you're painting, whether it's a portrait, a cat, a flower, a landscape. This technique that I'm going to share with you in real time is a technique that I use all the time, and it's really powerful. And then we'll have a little bit of fun. I'll share some of my paintings with you guys, and be sure to find the bonus question in this footage. So I am happy to share a tutorial of your choosing from my library of almost 200 online tutorials that I have. I will also share a little bit more about me and my online school. But for now, let's jump into this footage of me painting Parker. All right, here we go. Okay, despite my best efforts, I think that Parker's warms and hots in his face are competing a little more than I want to with the background, so I'm going to push it back with a glaze. So I've got one of my biggest brushes. By the way, this is by Fuumui. I don't know how to say that, but these are really nice brushes. They sent these to me to try, and I really like them. And I've never used this brush, and I need to do really large areas. And this is probably the biggest brush I have, and it's nice and soft because it's natural hair. So this will be a good way to do a very delicate, big area glaze on the whole background. So I'm getting plenty of water, and I'm painting carefully around Parker's hair. Some of these areas up in here, I want to pretty much completely melt into him. So I'm going to leave these whites. And I'm basically getting puddles on my painting. I'm going to let some of the water go into his hair there for a dark on dark edge. But I am not going to keep these puddles on here, as you will see in a minute. So I'm just painting very carefully. I guess I can join him right there because that's a dark on dark edge. For smaller edges, I can use a smaller brush. This is my Silver Black Velvet 18 round. Definitely don't want to mess up this side of his face because I have found out that I think I used the wrong side of the paper, and I'm not able to lift like I have been on past paintings of Hot Press. So that's a concern that I've got to figure out. I'm going to let all this, though, hopefully melt together a little bit, even a little bit more. Okay, and so let's see, where did I get wet over here? I want to be careful and paint around this ear. And definitely carefully paint around his face and his neck. Carefully. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, because I do have it so wet, is just let the puddles drip by going like that. Give it a little shake. And some puddles ran across his arm, so I'm just gonna make sure that that's not a problem. And then I'm gonna get a larger brush like this 18 round and some really soft cobalt, I think. So I don't need a lot because I want it to be really tea consistency. So tea consistency is going to drip readily. Tea consistency just refers to how I'm adding a lot of water to a little bit of paint. My paint to water ratio is strongly leaning towards more water, less paint. And you really can't get it too watery for something like this, because if you do get it too watery and it dries too light, you just let it dry completely and do another glaze of really watery paint over it. And then that will get it darker if you need it to. So I'm just going to dance my brush kind of around. And this is going to be a very subtle change, I'm hoping. Just very delicate, just enough to help push this background back more, just a little. I really don't want to do a lot. But I just want it to be a little cooler. Cool being blue like ice. And I do want to go across some boundaries so we don't have a cutout looking Parker. And I'm going to move my painting so that I can see this edge, because it is key that I do not paint on his face at all. That would be bad. Okay, and then I do want to pop his ear out some here. Because I've got a really pretty light ear edge, so I want to show it off. So I am going to paint a little darker around his ear and right along this edge of his face. And then I'm going to tilt my painting up so the paint runs away from his, oh, look, it went across his face. That's not good. Oh my goodness. Don't do that. Oh Lord. So many exciting things happening. Jeez. All right, that was, wow. That is a very pretty edge now. I love that. But let's get this puddle up. It's being naughty. Listen, no naughty edges. Oh, that looks good. I might even pop it some more because I love it so much. Ugh, I'm making a mess. Just dragged a brush handle through my M-gram naphthol red. Okay, I'm gonna maybe put a little green in there. Just a touch. And I'm gonna tilt this so it can't pool too much. And I want to tilt it in the way I want it to go away from Parker, obviously. That's pretty. Let's see if I can get a little bit more drama over here. Oh, gosh, I'm such a klutz. I don't want any dirty blue on his face. Okay, I need to let this dry probably, because it would be so very bad. Okay, let me see. I think it's okay. Painting right across this boundary into his hair to attach him into the painting on this side. Painting right across the boundary between the cat and let's show off his hand a little bit more. See, that contrast really, that's really pretty. with his ear right here. I like that. Okay, I think that helped bring Parker forward. So I'm going to let that dry and not mess with it too much. All right, I'm going to use my small eradicator and see if I can lift some highlights out of his top lip. I don't think I'm going to be able to, and I think it's because I painted on the side of this hot press paper that doesn't lift as well. So that's a big bummer for me, but let's see what I can do. There's a highlight along his top lip, and I really want it there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to swing it. And I might be able to put in a little bit of paint there. And then this area has a highlight that goes right across his lip. Yeah, and this just is not working with me. Bummer, super bummer. I do not want that line there. That doesn't look good, but I think I'm stuck with it. Which looks really, really like I don't know what I'm doing, because no one puts a line around a lip. Come on. Oh well. All right, so to use these lifting tools, though, your paint has to be dry. You have to use non-staining paint, remember? And your paint has to be dry. Your scrubber of choice is wet. And I feel like there needs to be a very slight hint of value on the other side of his nose. Just barely there, though. Just to give the bridge, the top ridge of his nose a slight highlight. So I'm just going to get very watery. Orange. Doesn't even matter exactly what orange. Let's get some more orange leaning color. Get really watery for eyebrow color. Kind of clean out my brush, blot it, and then use that to kind of blend all this. Then he's got these little red shadows barely there. Purple really, but I'm going to make them warmer and oh, and the whites of his eyes need to be a lot. I got them too white. Don't want to look like a noob with that mistake, but I got to let that dry a little bit. Still not crazy about his fingers. I was planning on being able to lift and chisel those, and that did not end up being a possibility with this paper. So that's really disappointing that I can't do what I want to do with his fingers, because my paper is being very naughty. So his hands look pretty bad, and that could really be the make or break of this painting, because judges will look at a hand, because we all know how hard they are. I mean, this one's just, ugh, what a shame. And I can try to fix it, but this paper, I can already tell you, isn't gonna be friendly. And it's starting to pill and just be really awful. It's awful. I mean, it's enough that it could really, honestly, that could be the death sentence for this painting for competition reasons. I might have to do it over, and I would like to try it on another side and just see, and maybe compose it a little bit differently. I don't know, y'all. I love this painting overall so much. All right, you want to look at some of the paintings that I've been working on? Let's take a look. I have a painting I'm working on that I'm so excited about. So, all right, this, yes, you're seeing it correctly. It's a heron eating a snake. And I was very fortunate enough to have my high-power camera ready when this scene unfolded in front of my very eyes. And the light was beautiful, everything was glowing, and it was just so beautiful artistically. And so I was able to get plenty of reference material to make this painting of this heron eating a snake. And this isn't finished, but I love the glow that I'm getting in the snake and also the bill, which isn't finished. But I'm really happy with this so far. I can't wait to share more. And that's what I love to do so much is I'm always learning, even though I've been painting 25 years. I just earned my signature status in the prestigious International Women in Watercolor Society. I'm still pinching myself. I still have imposter syndrome. So I am always sharing my new insights. I have so many new insights just from painting this painting. I have so much to share. I cannot wait. And the things that I'm sharing, you will be able to apply to your paintings. Like, for example, the glow that I have both on the snake and the bird beak, the same fundamental principles that make that possible would be amazing to apply, say, to like a sunflower painting. This one is one of my new obsessions. I'm always obsessed with things. And that's why I'm an artist, because when I get obsessed with things, I just have to spend time with the image of them. And that's in the form of painting. That's what I do. So anyway, this is a roseate spoonbill, and these visit my state, South Carolina, but it's rare to see them. And I'll share a link to a video I made about how I learned about these spoonbills, and then I saw them myself in the wild and I absolutely flipped out. Here's a little bit of footage that I asked my brother to create to demonstrate how much I flipped out when I saw these spoonbills in the wild for the first time in Edisto, South Carolina at Botany Bay. Anyone been to Botany Bay? It's amazing. So let's take a look at my reaction to seeing them the first time. It was kind of ridiculous. Here we go. All right, everybody, this is my brother visiting from California. He goes home today, but he was with us in Edisto when I saw the spoonbills. Evan, what is your interpretation of how I reacted when I saw the spoonbills for the very first time?
I think that's a spoonbill. Oh, is that a spoonbill? Oh, it's a spoonbill. Oh my gosh, it's a spoonbill. Look at the spoonbill. Oh my God. Oh, I gotta go get them. I'm gonna go along this path. Oh, look at this spoonbill. Oh my God. Oh, I ran into a tree. Oh my goodness, look at the spoonbill. Look at this spoonbill up there. Spoonbill.
That was, okay, you win the prize. So anyway, yes, I really got very excited when I saw them, and I knew I just had to paint them. All right, so that's that painting. So this tutorial will be a real-time start to finish tutorial on my Patreon in a couple weeks. I'll show you some other ones. This one I published early for my online students so that they would have plenty of time to practice this painting so that they can make cards or whatever they want to make with this image. I do allow my students to sell their paintings. I don't mind that. I just ask that they don't make merchandise. All right, let's see what else. Let's put this back up so we don't have empty holes back here. Here's a painting. This painting just sold. I was so excited. Thank you to Amy for buying this. But this is another tutorial that I just did. And I paint a lot of dreamy cats. So if you like to paint dreamy cats, you will like my online school for sure. But this just sold, and this just released this last weekend as a real-time tutorial on my online school. All right, this one is a free tutorial on my YouTube channel of this goose. It's a postcard size painting. I've been doing a postcard project that's ongoing. I'm about to show you another postcard that I just painted, but this one is a free tutorial right now on my YouTube channel. So if you ask for the link in the comments, if you can't find it, I'll post it for you. Let's look at another postcard that I recently did. Obsessed with these birds. Oh my gosh, painted buntings. How beautiful are these? And they apparently do come to my state. I've never seen them. It's rare to see them. I think you see them a lot in Texas, maybe. If you've seen them, let me know in the comments. I'll be so jealous. But this will be a slowed down. It's not just real-time footage. I slowed it down so that you can follow along much better with this tutorial, and it will be on my Patreon probably in a few weeks. I need to do some fall tutorials, so I need to get those out first. What else? This is a tutorial I released last month. What else? What else? What else? That's it. I guess that's everything I have in front of my face. This is actually my project for today. Let me see if I can get it so it's not glaring. This is an advanced version of Boss. Thank you so much to Valerie on Flickr.com for sharing this muse, but this is the advanced version, and this is going into the South Carolina State Fair competition, which might not sound too crazy, but some of my idols that have gotten into international watercolor societies, they enter this show too. So there's thousands of dollars in prize money, so it really attracts top talent. So to even get juried into this show will be amazing. I did win, was it second or third place last year with my swimming girl painting, which I, I beat out some of my idols and it was just crazy pinch me moment. But this is the one that I'm entering for the South Carolina State Fair this year. So if you're in Columbia, South Carolina in the middle of October, be sure to come see all the amazing art. It's totally worth it. So this is actually what I'm doing today. My mom's coming for lunch and she's an amazing artist. We're both going to take our art in. So that Boss painting I did 3 times for my online school. I did a beginner version, an intermediate version, and an advanced level version that I just showed you there. So all 3 of those tutorials are on my Patreon, along with over 200 other ones. So be sure to join my Patreon for free so you stay in touch with me. You can join my Facebook group for free, and you can post your paintings. And if you ask for feedback, I will give it to you, a sentence or two. But if you join my Patreon for a year, you get more in-depth critiques, and either critiques, or if you want to share your work in progress with me, I can give you some advice on where to go next. So you're welcome to do that. And I hope to see you there. All right. Thank you so much for watching up to here. Now I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my online school. If you're interested in learning from me more in depth, you can join my online school. And if you join for a year, you get 2 months free. You pay for 10 months and you get 2 months free. And you also get more in-depth critiques directly from me, depending on what tier you join, for a year. And so you can email me your paintings that are finished, or if they're works in progress and you don't know where to go, you can email me and I'll give you a more in-depth critique or feedback to help you along your journey and get there a lot faster. I wish I had that when I was starting out. So my name is Rachel Parker Varner, and I like to teach not just the how, but the why of watercolor, so you move along your painting journey a lot faster, and also so that you are also empowered to paint whatever you want, because you've learned the fundamentals of how to paint well. And that's what I like to share in my tutorials. So often I do get the feedback that no matter what you're trying to paint, whether it's a cat, dog, whatever, if you're watching one of my tutorials that's of a cat, for example, you learn fundamentals of watercolor that you can apply no matter what you're painting. So I try to include that kind of why and along with the how, so that it empowers you to paint whatever you want. And so that's a little bit about me. You can join my Patreon. Patreon was designed for artists whose income was going like this, and to help artists have a more steady income. And especially in this age of AI, where artificial intelligence has taken over Etsy, where I used to make most of my money, I really do rely on my Patreon. So when you join my Patreon and you support me, you are supporting a living artist, and I appreciate it so much. And in return, you get access to a library of over 200 tutorials now of all kinds of different things, but heavy on the dreamy yet realistic animals that I love to paint. Be sure to give this video a like and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're interested in painting in a loose yet dreamy style. And until next time, go watercolor your world. Bye, everybody.
What? How big is the snake?
It's not that big. Yeah, he's got a snake. Sure enough. Wow.
He can sleep good tonight.
He's working
got
on it.
Full belly.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I have this camera. I wish he would turn around.
Yeah.
There we go.
You can see the drops of water coming from his beak.
Oh yeah. Oh man, what great footage.
Yeah, how do you swallow a snake?
He's working on it. It's taking some work. You see how see it dangling out of his mouth?
Yeah. We have to put that on TV so we can really see it.
I know. I wish I had my tripod.
Oh, there's a long snake
Yep. Can you see it, Dad?
hanging down, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
With pretty light to boot.
It's the golden hour.
You want me to go over
Parker,
there?
can you see the snake?
Nope.
Gulp, gulp, gulp. Gulp, gulp. I think he just swallowed it.
I think you did.
Because he really was working on it. Yep. It's gone. He
He
got it.
No big.
Had to have a little drink of water after that.
That's a nice pose right there, too.
Mm-hmm. Pretty.
He's like, ooh.